everyone, this is Rohit Kale. I'm from Mumbai. So coming to the residency, I'm very thankful for this residency program, and thank you for the whole Beats team and Belgadia Palace team for choosing me to be part of this very prestigious residency program. So this residency program has a two stage. Both the stage has a very collaborative process of making art, making the stuff, and making lot of different sort of material. So the very first stage, I was collaborating with Sabai Grass artisans, which was very community-based practice of making lot of decorative and utilitarian products by Sabai Grass. So when I saw the material, what they were using, which kinds of inspired me and to collaborate and also make a new sort of contemporary practice-based product. Okay, when I visited the workshop of Sabai Grass artisans, I saw the material and spec them. They were really inspiring me and trying to make a call to collaborate and as well as learn their skills. So when I encounter material and when I feel the material which has lot of linearity, so the one of the material is date leaves which has a lot of linearity. So as I mentioned earlier, my drawing practices has lot of linearity. So this kind of very resonate and resemble with the same way. So this kind of work I try to build a conceptualized work with the skillful hands of Sabai Grass artists. It also helped me to understand it's done by one particular tribe. The tribe is called Bathori. So when I understand that tribe, this particular tribe is working on this newly found craft, is helping their livelihood. That was really inspiring for me. Through these community practices, I came out with some really good outcomes. The whole practice of me doing into the bringing linearity to this practice and kind of develop a whole new material. So it was a part of me being extending my practices, and also from their version it was also they are also doing something which was out of the box, which was not regular to them. So they were also extending their practices from doing a normal utilitarian things to the newly talked or newly told things. So it was a whole learning from both the sides. And other than that, when I came to the Beat Studio, there were also some elements which will be implemented in the whole process of making the artworks. And other than that, using a lot of vibrant colors, which was kind of mandatory, because when I landed to Odisha, it was more about seeing a lot of vibrancy in the architectural things, and also the culture is very vibrant. So that kind of influenced me in my practices, and doing a lot of black and white drawing and using a lot of colors, it's way 360 done for me as an artist. So it kind of enhances my work as well as also making me to push my own boundaries to the next level. So the Beat Studio has a ceramic workshop and ceramic studio, which kind of give me one more notch to go ahead. So as being never used ceramics or never been encounter ceramic making process, so it was again a whole learning process how the ceramics are made, ceramic products are made. So that's something a whole new thing, and also implementing a ceramic products into my practices, a thing which needs to be learned on the process, a things to be implemented in the process and also execute at the end of the day. The whole residency has a lot of learning spots which kinds of enhances my practices, give me a lot of knowledge, lot of information about the making of the things, and also giving understanding towards the cultural implementation of this whole geographic thing. So throughout this residency, I see there is a practice which is a little bit done by one particular community, and the ceramics which has a very contemporary take as well as. So blending all these different practices kind of blends me into two different worlds coming together. And why am I rebuilding, conceptualizing and ideological based art practices? So this whole thing kinds of dwells together, bringing whole one thing and making a very meaningful residency. So that's my take on this. Well, I'm thankful for this, and thank you Beat Studio and Belgadia Palace for this residency program.
For this Belgadia and Beats residency program, we are introduce so many aspects of collaboration and accessibility in different location of craft clusters. Through that, we invite participants from various backgrounds as researcher, designer, artist, and multidisciplinary people to talk about and engage with traditional way of making to, in a very anticipatory way, to produce something or extend an idea which will talk about a body of extension with some making process and design sensibility. The uniqueness of this residency program is it is a traveling residency program. It happened 5 days in Belgadia and 10 days in Bhubaneswar. So through this understanding of traveling from one location to another, so we try to understand or we try to bridge the gap between geographical locations, between the practices and between the traditional way of understanding a surrounding or cultural understanding of a place. So through that, it's open up new idea for innovations and collaboration in a more inclusive way.
So the very idea of this residency program started with introducing new ways to collaborate and thinking through how different ways of artistic productions can be generated in different thinking processes. And that has been something which is extremely crucial to this residency program, and that is what I feel the uniqueness of it as well. I feel as an outcome, this residency program is all about generating new ways through which how you think of different ideas and think of new ways of producing art or thinking art. And I feel in this process, bringing different sensibilities of design thinking, different ideas through which, strategic partnerships can happen, and how through those strategic partnerships, new ways of production can be approached, new ways of thinking processes can be approached. And in that way, it kind of opens also how the idea of making also is being approached through different disciplines, and how through different disciplines, the idea of making as a whole can contribute to, thinking of new ideas together.
बेलगड़िया महाराणी पठाई बीट्स भुवनेश्वर सार आसुँच से सार विभिन्न डिजाइन से मैंने आम को दौरान आम पिला दौरान आ देखिकी आमर भी बहुत खुशी हो आमर ये रोहित सार आसीचन माने रानी माँ को परमिशन रे से आमर विभिन्न प्रकार आमको डिजाइन देकर आम सब जानी नथिलु आमर माने केमती आमर सबई उपरे धर आमर गाँ नाटा लेखा कि आमर मयूरभंजटा केमती लेखा कि आमर कास्टा केमती लेखा ता बाबद को किसी आमको शिक्षा देकरी ता बाबद को आमको माने डिजाइन शिखई कि आम कले माने जानलु आम कि आमको बहुत भल भी लगला आ किंतु आम आशा करूँ जे आग को केमती आम आहरी नुआ नुआ प्रोडक्ट बाहर करी आउ नुआ नुआ डिजाइन केमती आम करी आम देश विदेश को से सप्लाई कर
Hello everyone. I would say it's one of the best open day I ever had. It was a memorable experience. All thanks to Belgadia Palace and Beats Residency program for arranging such a wonderful day. It had a huge footfall of people which kinds of came with a lot of questions and a lot of curiosity to understand my practice and have a glance about my art objects. All the eyes were on my exhibits kind of have a lot of question in the eyes and a lot of new interpretations. It was a great opportunity to understand their way of thinking and how they perceive my art practice. One of the things I would carry back home, which kinds of gave me a long-lasting impression of, which is Usha Rani's speech. During her speech, she mentioned she has taken on 500 pieces order, which kind of have a textual format mixed with the decorative format. I think she was able to take this order after me completing my residency program. because during the residency I had infused some sort of textual format in my art making process or with the Sabai Grass. I think those process gave those women confidence and courage that they can do something like this, and after doing this the whole decorative art object can be enhance its own meaning in a different format. I think this collaborative process has been great successful because she is kind of taking new leap and changing the practices to the new level, and she was able to take this order, which is kind of being a very financial growth for her and for her all the fellow artists. I think this is something I would really cherish for my life. Financial growth is my success, I guess, at the moment. Coming to the people had a lot of interpretations and a lot of new perspective towards my practice. While having conversation, I had a lot of new learnings, and it was a great thing to understand how they perceive my practices. With the conversations and with their questions, I get a lot of new learnings and new anecdotes to perceive my practice. While having some sort of conversation, I had a new perspective, I had a new learning and see my practice through the different lens at the moment. I also had an opportunity to meet a lot of senior artists from the Bhubaneswar art scene. While meeting those people, they had some sort of giving guidance which had some sort of improvement towards my art practices. I think I'm really happy with the open day and very satisfied at how the open day has turned out to be a great successful event, and what the residency was trying to foster a collaborative process in a two-way successful manner. It's been completed, and I'm really running out of the word to express my feeling, how I'm feeling about the open day. It's really difficult to express my feelings because it had a lot of mixed emotion at the moment and a lot of new learnings, new opportunities, and as being an emerging artist, it is really vital for me. I'm thankful for everything which has happened during the residency, and I'm grateful for these people who supported my practices, supported my vision, and selected me for being during this residency program. Thank you.